This is Stevon Nembhard and Damien Nembhard, founders of what we considered as Jamaica Giants rabbit. These are the huge sets of rabbits that we kind of major in. We have been in rabbits for years, but then in 2014 introduced to this special breed of rabbits, and from then we have done selective breeding so that we get both the color variation and the size of the rabbit. So if I should say, a couple years ago we bought even 15-pound rabbits to then be showground. Most of our rabbits will go anywhere from 12 pounds up to even 17 pounds, and they are huge. So you have to be careful how you lift it. It's not the ordinary rabbit where you just hold by the ears. If you lift our rabbits by the ears, it might damage. We wanted to go into rabbit, and so a friend of ours by my namesake Stevon gave us one black giant rabbit, and from then we got a doe. That black rabbit was a buck. Our aim was to have a variation of rabbit that is pretty much unknown to Jamaica, and so we can introduce it to them. Also, we did it not only for recreational activity but as a profit making venture. One of the things that we know is that rabbit is one of the most productive set of animal you can have, and by productive I mean that one, you can put out a rabbit at the start of the month. At the end of the month, that rabbit can give you as much as 10 and even more rabbits, and the rabbit can do that up to 4 or 5 times a year based on how you breed them. The male rabbit will know the female rabbit by virtue of the scent. They have good sense of smell, and they will be able to use their nostril to decipher whether or not a rabbit is male or female.
When the doors are in heat, right, it's much easier for you to take the dough and put it into the buck pen, and he just gets to work immediately because she's so ready, right? But there is also a way where you want to put her out, but she's not in heat at the moment, but you just feel like as a farmer it's time to put her out. You have a 3-day period to try her. You do not put her in the pen and make she stays longer than 20 minutes with the buck, because what happens, you run the risk of mashing up the buck. You understand? So what you do, you put her in there for about 20 seconds or so, and if nothing go on, you try her back another 6 hours after that, and you keep on doing that for 3 days until finally she will go into heat. For the does, 7 to 8 months you start them off. All right, for the bucks you can go 9 to 10 months, right? But for me as a rabbit farmer, what I learned with the giant rabbits, they get too big and too fat, so they don't give you a good increase older they get. So I start my does at 5 months. I start my bucks at 6 months plus.
Is there any demand for rabbit meat?
Jamaica is just getting towards rabbit meat industry now. So right now the demand for rabbit meat, unfortunately, is not as popular as we would want to do. But we do know that there are restaurants even in Clarendon that sells rabbit meat. Now, rabbit meat is one of the healthier form of meat that you can even eat. It is full of digestible protein. So put it like this: the chicken breast and the rabbit meat will taste very similar. However, the rabbit meat, you'll be able to digest it much faster. It is healthier, it is pure. It is very essential for you to pay attention to your rabbits. When you feed them, how you feed them, and how to take care of their health. We feed them in bowls, and we ensure that the container is clean twice a day or as often as possible. I can even go up there and drink from the rabbit thing, so you keep them in a healthy condition. The rabbit feeding, we tend not to give them too much at a time. We tend to give them a little each time. They only need about a sausage tin of feeding per day. It avoids the rabbit feeding getting stale. We are expecting to get at least a turnover of 300 rabbits or even more per year. So the market for live rabbit is superb to that of rabbit meat. We have some huge rabbits up there, and we have about 10 different colors. We have blue, we have gray, we have chocolate, we have cinnamon, we have black, we have checkered, we even have fawn. We do have a breed called Angorian. I'm not sure if we have any leaf up there. We have up there right now. Oh, and the Angorian, they tend to go above 2 feet long. This one is a checkered chocolate rabbit. Now, chocolate is an unusual color of rabbit, but we do have selective breeding to give us this. This one is what we consider a blue checkered giant. And blue rabbit is also one of the type of rabbit that you gravitate towards.
Any fun experiences while rearing these rabbits?
Our fun experience comes from satisfying our customers. When persons come to us and buy the rabbit and hold up the rabbit and start to pet the rabbit, that is where our fun comes from. Rabbits are so calm, and we can easily take the rabbit out and pet them. So we do want to venture into even school-based visits in which they can do rabbit petting. Another fun experience is the money that it brings. I put out a rabbit on the 1st of January. On the 31st of January, the rabbit gives me 10 kittens. I sell one of those kittens after 2 months for about 5,000 or 4,000, 5,000 based on the growth rate. And you can look at selling and earning 40,000 from one rabbit. Now think of you having 20 rabbits. 20 times 40 is a lot. So again, my fun experience is to compare them to the profitability of chicken. And we do raise chicken. And to be honest, the money that you make from rabbit far outweigh any farmer income that you can make from chicken, goat, pig, cow.
What is the feedback like from friends and family?
Amazed. They are mostly astonished with the growth of the rabbit. When persons come here, they say, "Whoa, I never know that rabbit could get this big." I'm going to say, good.
Were there any challenges setting up your farm?
Yes, and this is why education is good. We did not know that rabbits have pretty much 2 wombs. So we put out a rabbit, and then 10 days later, we tried the rabbit. Unfortunately, the rabbit got something considered as a double pregnancy. So she delivered one, and 10 days later, she died delivering the other. So we were going to face a loss. We bought the kittens from St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland for a rabbit farmer to feed. All the 7 rabbits survived, and they turned out to be superior quality in terms of size. In fact, one of those rabbits went up to about 17 pounds. It was a cinnamon rabbit, cinnamon giant rabbit. And from there, we decided to do selective breeding to ensure that we can maintain the quality. Raising a giant rabbit is not the same as raising an ordinary rabbit. If you notice, our nest box are much bigger. What that allows is for the rabbit to easily go in and out, and that's from a learning, because when you put them in smaller box, we tend to have a lot of deaths.
Is there a thing such as rabbit season, like they would have crab season?
No,
no.
That's the benefit with that's the benefit with rabbit. As soon as you think that they are ready to be put out, you can put them out.
Well, for me, I choose to breed each dose 3 to 4 times for the year. Some people go up to 8 times.
We have great plans in mind to go to the hotel sector. We understand that the Spanish hotels are interested in meat, so we do think of the future that we may diversify into that section, but we want to keep our special line in such that the meat quality of the giant, you'd have more meat between the bones. All rabbits have the same amount of bones, but the bigger they are, you have better chunks in. So we want to bring that to the meat market so that you can easily have boneless rabbit. In fact, if we can get into the boneless rabbit meat, that will take off big time. But also, because our focus is on giant, we do have the prospect of hopefully entering our rabbit into a rabbit Jamaica rabbit competition in which we can prove the size. We could bring a scale and put up the rabbits, and we have had videos in the past of which we put them on scale and we see the scale go to 16, 17 pounds. So we would want to enter biggest rabbit breed. Also, we want to enter best color variation and whatever it is. But most of all, we want to bring rabbits into every home in Jamaica.
Why eat those pretty little things?
We all know that rabbits are pets and they are the nice cuddle type of thing, second to cats and your pets around the house. But apart from the health benefits, it is a nice meat to eat. It's tasty. You can curry the rabbit meat. You can jerk the rabbit meat. You can stew it.
You can soup it.
You can make a burger.
You can
make a burger. You can make a French fry. You can
make your sausage out of it.
Sausage. You can do rabbit soup, which is remarkably nice. Just put a lot of pepper and your seasoning in it.
I think persons would want to know about that.
Yes, you can.
Yes, rabbit meat is not really, it tastes like chicken, but at the same time, you have to put a bit of emphasis in seasoning up it. You know, it's not, you can't do it hungry like chicken, because if you do that, you maybe not want to eat it after. You know, you have to well season. For me, just don't get attached to it if you want to eat it. That's all I have to say.